Hey, everyone. We are live today, and I am super excited to have this discussion. My name is Camille Jones, and you are tuned in on the We Got This Mind and Body page. And it's a great conversation that we're going to have here today. I have my amazing friend, Miss TC, here all the way from the UK. Yes, from the UK, that is here to talk about from chaos to triumph and, about technology and systems. And why are we talking about it? And why am I so excited? Well, I'm the case study today. What I mean by that is TC came to my rescue when I was having system situations because of how I initially had thought about how systems worked. And it wasn't until I truly got a understanding of the importance of online systems did I realize that mine was in chaos. It was in complete chaos. I had things here, there, and everywhere. Different people from Fiverr going into my accounts, doing them up. And I never really had any type of control over my system, which in turn is my business. I had no control. And I didn't even realize that I didn't have any control until it was time to do something with my systems. And so today I have my dear friend TC, who I call the automation queen, who's all about systems here. To first and foremost, I'd love for you to introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do, and then we're going to get into that case study of why we are having this conversation. Me, I was the chaotic one. All right, TC, would love to hear more about you.
Okay, so I actually have a question, right? But before I ask you that question, because I've been thinking in my head, about your answer. But before I ask you that question, hey everyone, my name is TC. I'm a systems and sales automation strategist. And yes, I love them systems. I love the back end of your business. That's basically where I thrive. And not because it's my background, but basically because it has literally transformed the way I do business, and I react to the things around me, from my kids to my lifestyle and everything. At the end of the day, it goes way beyond business and more about your how you actually live your life, with automation and systems and all of that. So that is me in a nutshell. But Camille, before you actually speak, I have one question. So I've been dying to ask you this question.
For sure,
So
for sure.
that day you called, right? I was actually with the kids and watching, like, they have like this very boring series of cartoon that they keep watching, and it feels like it's unending, right?
Mhm.
It never ends and very boring, but it's funny to them, right?
Yeah.
And so you called. Actually, naturally, I think I wouldn't have, moved, because you're like, TC, I feel it's my domain expired and blah, blah, blah. But then the sound of your voice,
Mhm.
you were sounding really worried. And I'm like, for Camille to sound this worried, that means this is actually serious business. I had to literally stand up. So my question is, at that particular time, like, how were you feeling? Like, what was it like for you, like inside?
Oh, when I didn't have access to my domain. Well, first and foremost, let's give people a little bit of a back end story so they know what we're talking about, because this is exactly what we're talking with when it comes to chaos with your system. Is when you don't actually understand how you even set up your system initially. So when I started in my business, yes, I'm used to accustomed to running a business such as a brick and mortar, which was wonderful, but I didn't realize that the marketing is completely different when you go online. I didn't even know what automations was. I didn't know what domains, SSL, nothing at all. I just went to someone told me to go on to Fiverr, just pick somebody and go. And I picked like 5 different people for 5 different things because I didn't even realize that there was anything of a system to do that. And well, when it came time for all of my system backend to renew, I didn't have any logins. I had no logins. And then all of a sudden, my website went down. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the website is our main line of business, like traffic, to show the credibility of our business. And I don't even have one anymore. Well, I did. but I couldn't find it. I went on GoDaddy. They kept on talking about my domain, my domain. So I Googled and Googled, and Google just kept me around in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. I did find out that my website was done through WordPress, but then I was getting all these errors, like I couldn't get in. So I was extremely worried because, again, to not have access to your own website, and I'm trying to look at, I'm like, maybe I'll just get a whole new domain. That was the best domain I could have. And it was a .com. And I realized everywhere, oh, it's gone, it's gone. It was me that was the owner. I couldn't access it. And it wasn't until, another friend of ours said, hey, why haven't you ever brought this in front of TC? Maybe she could understand this. And I'll tell you, I was really getting into understanding systems because with the MomLink, we have our CRM system that, that has been white labeled, but we're also now teaching ourselves and doing the cohort collectively together. And I want to join, we're doing this collectively. And it wasn't until I started seeing the back ends of what a CRM system was that I say, oh my gosh, I gave all my power away and it's here, there, and everywhere. And again, what somebody in our community is like, why don't you see if TC could figure this out? And in 2.5 seconds, I knew it was the weekend, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should just wait till Monday. But I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it because I felt chaotic. I felt very stressed. Right. So I was like, let me just see. And boom, you responded. So thank you so much. And TC went right to work. She went looking, I don't know how she did it, but she figured out where my domain, it wasn't even my domain. It's something called an SSL certificate that had, and I'm part of WordPress. I just didn't realize how much of my system was everywhere. And that even includes my automation. It's everywhere. And that's why I'm collectively putting it onto our system with the MomLink so that I can have it in one spot. It was chaotic. So TC, I want to know, how did you even find my stuff? That's what's like, I don't even, it was so, you did it in literally like so fast that I didn't even get to my phone fast enough to answer. And hi everybody. And if you're tuning in, we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from, whether it's a replay or you're listening in live. We're all about that connection and seeing where we're all tuning in from. So TC, tell me how.
I love that, Camille, and I think sometimes, even when we know, right, like we know, like hey, the systems and all of it, most times because so let me put it the right way. Mm-hmm. So for me, when I heard like you were like, oh, my domain was down, right? Mm-hmm. I, in my head, was like saying to myself, well, 5 minutes max, I'm going to get this done. So I'm going to be back with my weekend treat and all of that. But then I realized that it was more than just domain, right? And then all of these things all over the place. But I feel like once you were able to, or better still, the moment you're able to get all of these things in place, mm-hmm. I feel like it would have been easier for you to even figure out. And it would have been easier for us to maybe fix it in less than like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Right? But because we had to start searching for emails, start searching for passwords, start searching for this, searching for that.
Chaotic. Absolutely chaotic.
At a stage I was like, how many emails do Camille have?
Right. And when I initially
my God.
I kept on hearing, oh, you need to have a Gmail account. And then I said, okay, I put a Gmail account. But then another one was like, maybe you should do this kind of account. Oh, no, you should have an account that has your domain at the end. That's another service that I was going, I don't even know where I got that from, like where and yeah, the biggest thing with that is when I started the business, I was using all of the emails simultaneously. Did it make sense? Absolutely not. It was chaotic. I didn't know any better. I really did not know any better. I didn't understand systems. And most importantly is I didn't realize how many different providers of systems there are that you can use just to build up one website. And it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't, because when it comes time to renew, to update, modify, any of that kind of stuff, there you go, trying to hunt here, there, and everywhere. So I love, TC, that you are very, diverse in your knowledge with technology and even in educating people, because she had to teach me about what I did. I had no idea. It was like a whole new ballpark. And it's so wonderful that there's people in our lives like you that can be able to explain to us the importance of not only having a system, but actually how to use the system we have.
I agree. And, also, just so if you're watching the replay, you should also know that you don't necessarily, I think right now, technology has made it very beautiful that, you can literally have all the things that you need for your business in one space,
Yeah.
right? Now, you can have, instead of you having 5, 10, 6 things littered everywhere, you can at least group them in categories, have like 5 things in one platform, just so that you're able to take a hold of your business, right?
Exactly.
Because the truth is, I feel like if I wasn't able to figure out, I think there was one particular email that kept, I think that particular email was like the roots of all emails, and I just checked, I was like, what can this password really be? How can we connect? And it just kept me going back and forth. And then I realized that, if we had, maybe bought the SSL, bought the domain, done the hosting, like you can actually have all of this done in just one platform. Now that way you're able to just go back in there and say, okay, you know what? This is where my website host provider, this blah blah blah, all of it is. Now sometimes some people would say, is it not me giving control? No. So there are some platforms that actually give you access to importing and exporting your information. You can transfer things, right? Now you also have the ability to work around things, but the idea is so that you have control of the back end of your business, right? And you're not found all over the place, because even sometimes, right, sometimes these platforms, customer service or customer support, are not really, I'm not saying they're not reliable, but they're not forthcoming, right? Especially when you really need them. So just save yourself the stress.
Their emails, but there's no live person. There's no one to explain anything. That's where I was losing my mind. I will be honest with you, TC. I was losing my mind because I just wanted a human being, for Pete's sake. But everywhere, like that was before I connected with you. When I try to go to WordPress, there's this chat box and it's giving me options to pick first. And I just said, please, anybody, customer service, what's that? Nobody can answer me. Nothing. Yeah. So no, go ahead. There was just a little check back. Go ahead.
Okay, so sorry. At the back end, I always like to do like this technology thing. So sorry about that. But I actually wanted to say. So now, a friend of mine calls me a DJ right now. She calls me sound DJ because the way that which I know we back and forth and all. I apologize for that. I apologize for that. But I was thinking while you were speaking, and I remember that there's this, well, not the same issue, but there's this issue a client of mine had with her Shopify website, right? And so she reached out to me and she's like, TC, I'm done. I'm not using Shopify anymore. Like, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did that. I did it. I'm like, hold on, calm down. What exactly is the problem? And she's like, TC, I don't think you can help me solve it. And I'm like, you're speaking to me right now and you're telling me what exactly you are angered about. So what this means is, that I can help you. Just tell me what exactly. If I can't, I'll tell you I can't. And she's like, I already reached out to their customer support and they're just making me even more confused and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, hold on. What is it? Tell me, what exactly is the problem? And so she finally told me what the problem was. And I'm like, okay, now that's not really hard. And I'm not kidding you all. Like, literally in less than 20 minutes, that stuff was fixed. Now it was just a very little code that just had to be, fixed. That was it. right? Now, it's important that you understand that sometimes, even when you don't get the responses that, well, I just say, help yourself, right? Because sometimes when we're in dire need and we're like running to those customer support, then not every single one of them are as knowledgeable
Yeah.
about that platform. So they're customer support, meaning they want to support you the best way they can just to manage your emotions.
Yeah.
Basically, sometimes they just, they might not necessarily give you the answer. But if you are in dire need and you want solution like ASAP, I'm like,
Yeah.
save yourself, right? Because it can really get you even more confused than when you started.
Yeah, it really can. It really can. And that's the biggest thing is like, I didn't know any better. So I got even more confused because of the fact that I had it here, there, and everywhere. And I couldn't speak to anybody. And that was the part that was the most frustrating. And that's why I love what we do with the new system that we have. It's not just that we're getting a system, but we're also getting the learning, the education behind it, which is huge. Because again, you could get, just like you said, you could get any kind of system. There's so many that's out there, right? But if you're not trained on it or you don't even know how to use it, you're gonna still think that you don't have maybe even the features. So you go somewhere else and then get something else. And there's another password. Then there's somebody else with their hand in the pot. And without any direction of us even understanding. And that's what I found was the biggest like aha moment when as I've been building up my business and realizing that it's completely different being online versus than my brick and mortar. So I went into my online business thinking, oh, I've done this before. I've done marketing. I can do this. I just need to go to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. When in actuality, I could just have done it in A. So now I actually really am huge on building my business. So
I think I want to say thank you, right? Because thank you for saying this, and thank you for sharing your experience. Because trust me, I have so many people that have gone through this whole scenario, but everyone is like, no, I don't want to talk about this. It's fine, right? But sometimes I feel like people want to hear way beyond just the posts.
Yes.
Right? Yes. They want to hear from the horse's mouth because that way they know that it's true. Yeah. Right? That way they know that this is not child
testimonials, right? That's the whole thing, the testimonial. And the thank you and gratitude really should be going towards you because you got me out of that and got me going and excited to be doing this cohort with my domain and with my stuff. I can go back in and get it now so that I can do some more work on my website. So there's no way that I could not bring this to your platform so others know exactly what you do, TC. It's not even just the systems, it's the education behind it that you bring. It's wonderful. And the fact that you're a human being and not a chat box. All right. So I love that you don't you actually explain it. You explain what's going on as you're doing it so to get a better understanding. And the biggest thing that I love, CC, and I have to say thank you to this, is your patience with me and with all of the emails and stuff, and getting back and everything. Your patience and helping me with this matter really did calm me down and allow me to remain focused on what needed to be done instead of being say, oh, well, I guess I can't get it fixed, so on to the next. So I say thank you for that. Much appreciated. Oh, you went back on mute. You're back on mute. You're on mute.
Okay. Yeah, I as much as I love to do these things, right? I'm glad that we're able to get your website back because trust me, your website, especially as an online entrepreneur, is like is like the life of your business. Really, it's more like, hold on, you're all. I'm trying to check my phone here. It's like the life of your business, right? And imagine if you feel like your life just crumbles all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Like your entire business is nowhere to be found. What happens? And really, I think what actually got me up from my seat was the sound of your voice, and I'm like, because on a normal day, I would say, well, this is just going to take me 10, 15 minutes. I'm just, okay.
Yeah.
Camille, I'll get back to you. But the sound of your voice, I'm like, no, this is serious business. Like, she missed it. This is serious, but yeah,
Yes.
anytime.
Has anybody else, anyone listening in right now, have you ever had any systems issues with your online? And if it's a yes, I'll put a heart in the chat. And if you have any questions for TC, because TC is so highly knowledgeable about systems, or if you even want to know what type of system that we're working with now, and be a part of our cohort, which also TC is one of the trainers and has been helping other women. Yes, there's men that she helps in her business too as well. So I'm going to say men and women, but within our cohort, it's a women's group. So she has been helping out so many other women in building up their systems online systems. Yeah, their systems. And this is the best part of this cohort. It's not that we're just getting a CRM and say, take it and go and run. We're actually getting the education from amazing individuals like yourself, Mary and Crystal, and this is what a lot of us need, especially a lot of us who, I'm still good online. I'm very good. I love doing anything live, podcasts, any of that stuff. Wonderful. And I think sometimes I know what I'm doing back end, but it's even more humbling knowing that I can reach out to somebody that has my best interests, that understands my business, and most importantly, understands systems. And whether it's to learn to teach me, which I love that you give that education, but you also do have your a la carte services where if I know some of us women in business are busy, but TC can also take that out of your hands too, and also be able to create a website and do the automation for you. That is what she does. That's her jam too as well. And I'm thinking, brother Andrew, that's how I feel. And but I'm the opposite. He said that I have the tech knowledge of a boomer, and I'm in my mid 20s. Well, brother, mine is from like the 1800s, the 18th century, and I'm in my 40s. But I mean, what the best part is though, we are showing up, we're learning, and we're seeing that it's always going to be a work in progress. But it's great when we have individuals like TC that we can talk about it too, and actually even hot seat our own pages. And that's what I love, TC. So tell everyone how could they connect with you, where are we going to see you, and all that kind of great stuff.
So you can always connect with me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. So literally
every form of social platform. Duh, because TC is all about online presence, systems, and everything else in between. So absolutely, you can find her, and wherever you see me, you can find her too as well, because we are connected in the same community into the Mom Link, as well as I will put a link onto this page if you are interested on the CRM system and the learning, the teachings that are going to be going on in our 12-week cohort. Definitely you want to click on the link and just get some more information, or you can also message me and we can definitely show you what else is cooking and how we can all support each other. Business doesn't have to be done alone. It can be done collectively, and it's a lot more fun and a lot more of an exhale when you're able to do that. So TC, I just want to thank you so very much from turning my online from chaos to consistency and also giving me back the power. I appreciate you. I'm super excited to continue to learn and grow with you. And I cannot, say it even louder to everybody else. TC is the automation queen. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, Andrew, TC is amazing. I would definitely connect with her and really just get even a questions asked. If you don't ask the question, you'll never know. And that's what I always say. And that's why it's very important for us to always ask the question and show up. So until next time, as I always say on my We Got This page, you got this, we got this. Now let's go. Have a great one. Bye all.